This video, taken by TikTok user Betty Loves, gives us a peek into how some folks really feel about this country. She would then answer questions on the video.
So we had a home game at my predominantly black school. Not segregated, just predominantly black, because the situation that our school's in is we're a boarding school for less fortunate kids. We have students that come from all over the world coming, and usually it's places in Africa. So we have a lot of people of color here, and in the area that we're in, there's just not that many people that are African American or people of color. So the situation was that we were at a home game on our turf or on our court, and we're playing a school who goes by the Rebels, and their mascot is the rebel flag, which is the Confederate flag.
Let's pause here and revisit another clip that remains a show favorite and fits within this story quite well.
This is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag.
Who was working that farm?
My family was.
Who was working the farm?
They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
How much a slave cost? Boy, you just played yourself. I don't even think he know he played himself. You know, like we was a bag of cereal. Like the gas prices was too high. Like we was in a recession. Boy, what are you talking about?
And unfortunately, another.
Just keep it flying.
Keep it flying? And why do you want to keep it flying?
Why would anybody want to erase our heritage?
Well, some people would say that flag symbolizes racism, it symbolizes slavery, and they might have some valid points there.
That's their opinion, you know, they're welcome to their opinion if they want it.
Are you pro-slavery or against slavery?
I have no comment, but thank you for the interview.
I'll give you one more chance. Pro or anti-slavery?
No comment.
I'll give you one more opportunity to say if you're pro or anti-slavery.
No comment.
All right, well, there you have it. No comment on the if you're in favor of slavery or not.
I mean, the examples are quite endless here.
It's an American flag.
Oh, no, it's a goddamn racist flag.
It's not a racist flag.
Yeah, it is. You're not stupid.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
It's
you
not
are.
a racist flag. Yeah, it is. They actually
Why don't you actually YouTube what the flag actually represents?
Oh my god, when I don't know what it actually looks like. Well,
Do your
fuck.
research before you actually come to me and sound like and
Oh, I'm...
you're the one coming to me telling me to remove a flag.
Yes.
It's a freedom that fly that
It's
flag.
goddamn racist.
It's a flag, and it's not racist.
Okay.
Do your research.
Maybe you should.
Okay.
This is the flag the kid wanted me to remove. I see no problem with it at all.
But they also show how MAGA...
You know, and I think that it's really not fair to try and, a lot of people try and guilt white people about the slavery thing, when you have still many cultures, non-white particularly, that own and sell slaves today. The Islamic slave trade is huge, well and alive. And we were
talking about America and the President of the United States.
Was one of the first countries to abolish slavery. You know, America had it for one of the shortest amount of time.
You're right about that, right? Yeah. But there's an entire class of people in this country who are descended from people who were brought here as slaves.
They still had better lives here than they did back in Africa.
As slaves, they had better lives here.
There are some that would argue that. You can look that up. Their descendants, the descendants of those slaves, have much better lives here than the descendants of people who would have never gotten on those slave boats in Africa. And that's a provable fact, you know.
And the Confederacy are so incredibly similar. They are intertwined.
I think that we do need God in our schools. We do.
And would you want there to be messages about slavery up for kids on school, like instructions on how to own slaves and things like that up in school?
Again, that happened, 250 years ago?
No, that's in the Ten Commandments.
The slavery?
Yeah.
What's the commandment?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's... Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's slave, ox, or donkey.
All right, enough of that. Back to Betty.
I'm just saying it's kind of weird to be parading a flag that represents historically white enslavement of black people in front of a bunch of black little kids. It just feels weird. But honestly, the people around here aren't even like that bad. Like the people that around the place where I live, they're so sweet to us. Things like that. It's just some things like this just don't go addressed, and I feel like I was tired of it and I wanted to address it.
Can't blame her.
It doesn't really matter because they're not even going to be around next year.
One commenter would even ask her, hey, how did the administration handle all of this? Here was her answer.
I did communicate with the administration at my school, how hurt I felt by it and how hurt other people felt by it. And I feel like we had a very productive conversation about what we should do next time or what should happen next time. I mean, there won't be a next time, but I think it's just so important that we keep our little kids safe. And we are a Christian school, so allowing that kind of thing to occur on our campus is disgusting, especially for a place that is Christian.
The school essentially said to take down the original video because it had cuss words. So she would oblige, but put up the same exact video with different audio underneath. It still lives on her page to this day. Now, we have seen this reversal with NASCAR, Bubba Wallace, and Will Kane at the time, of course, of Fox News, was with ESPN. And he basically said that it represents, this is what every single conservative will tell you, that it represents heritage and history and lineage. And it's something that represents the South and they should be proud of. And no, this is not anything that should be celebrated anywhere. If Dale Earnhardt Jr. can even say that it doesn't belong within the sport and it should be, borrowing Donald Trump's old words, in a museum somewhere before he made this hard right pivot, whether he did it for votes or it's how he truly feels, I tend to think both. I truly, truly do. What I want to read to you is this. This is Confederate Vice President Alexander H. Stevens, and this is a speech he gave. Our new government's foundations are laid. Its cornerstone rests upon the great truth that the N-word is not equal to the white man. That is what you want it to represent? Well, at least that is what it represents. If anybody were to put up the Confederate flag in their home, their place of business, etc. In the Confederacy constitutions, the leaders made it quite clear, quote, in all such territory, the institution of N-word slavery, as it now exists in the Confederate States, shall be recognized and protected by Congress and by the territorial government. These were domestic terrorists. How people defend this beyond me. How people feel it is apt representation at high school sporting events of all places. Remarkable. I'm glad that she put up this video. And I'm glad that it's putting pressure on people to really look into this once more. Because I do believe, whether it is the Sisterhood of the Confederacy or other bad faith actors that want to try and preserve white supremacy, the only way for us to dismantle it is by talking about the history of this country, which is exactly what Ron DeSantis and other leaders within the MAGA movement want to do. They want to take it away so they could repeat it again. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.